Oh man, Moxie's like instigating in DMs right now, but I'll keep it a secret for now. I'll keep it a secret. Moxie's always got plans, but let's just say that we've got a Moxie matchup in the works as well, and it's going to be a good one. Maybe tomorrow, maybe the next day, but for now, we have got two of the hottest prospects in the world of Rocket League right now. Rw9 versus Nwpo. Now, they've requested a EU server. Not that that's going to hold them back. Both with 96 ping and both pulling resets out of anywhere. That was phenomenal stuff from Nwpo to kick things off. Just digging underneath the ball and flinging it top shelf. Nwpo has got a bit of a comeback on his hands here. He blew away Fahad in his opening Showmatch, well, his first ever Showmatch on my channel. However, Raziers was able to take him down fairly comfortably. I say fairly because had Nwpo shown up to his top level, I'm sure it would not have been comfortable. It's also been a while since I've had the honour of casting a Rw9 match, so this is peak. This is definitely going to be a fun one. Game sound should be on. I think it appears to be coming through on stream. Spam 1 if that is the case. And yeah, we should hopefully get a prediction up and running in a second. I don't think we've got one, do we? I don't think we've got a prediction. If there's no sign for you, I think you've just got to... Oh, prediction is up. Nice. Thank you, Mechanus. If you don't have sound, I think you've just got to refresh, because some people clearly have sound. It appears to be going through my OBS as well. I'm not sure why that would be, but it must be on Twitch's end as opposed to mine. Anyway, let's see how this matchup is going to unfold. Rw9, one of the absolute best goalkeepers in the world, up against Nwpo, one of the most mechanical players in the world. I mean, they both fall into those categories, but they do have their differences as well. It's going to be all about maximizing opportunities as Nwpo slots in his second one-goal lead of the game. Rw9 just kind of fumbled the recovery there, otherwise he would have been back for this. I don't think the decision was necessarily a problem to go there, but yeah, he did fall over. You can't afford to do that. He's going to be right back in it. Oh, perfect placement on the kickoff goal. It needed to be... Nwpo is coming back with a pre-flip save attempt. The fact that the Rw9 is squeezed down and off the post is definitely a good thing for him. Just the one show match today. I'm trying to get a second one arranged as well to hopefully do immediately after this one. It's going to be another short stream today. Like I said last night, I'm going to be just doing short streams for a few days, just resting my voice after all of the yelling, all of the shouting, and all of the talking that I've done in and around the London Major. So this will be another short stream today. I'll be trying to get streams out every day that I can, and yeah, I should be able to do them every day because I don't have any other plans now that I'm back. And for once, you know, usually coming back from any LAN event, you feel pretty down and out of it for a few days. When I got back from Los Angeles, I slept 18 hours, and the next night I slept 12. This time, since I didn't have to travel so far, only being going to London and back, I feel good. Just first day back, decided to stream, and here we are, second day back, streaming as well. I stayed a couple days extra to tour guide a lot of the Americans who are sticking around in town, show them around the place. You can see some pictures on Twitter. I think Yummy Cheese Man was posting pictures, Cole was posting pictures. I think you'll probably see some on T-Bates, Dazarin, Roldiz. A bunch of them stayed to go explore central London, and I've been to London dozens of times, so I was glad to be able to walk around with them. Now, Rw9 just outpaced Nwpo there, something not many players can say they've done in their entire Rocket League careers. Catches him off guard, and then before Nwpo could get goal side, he got back to the ball and smacked it into the top corner. Haven't got COVID. Well, I've not tested positive yet. I'll need to keep testing, of course, but no, I at the moment I don't have COVID. I would be very surprised if I didn't get it. So many people who are posting that they caught COVID were people who are directly in contact with me at London at the event. So I'd be surprised if I somehow avoided it, but you never know. You never know. Right now, so far I've not tested positive. Nwpo starting to crumble in the midfield here. Rw9 dominates him again with a challenge close to ceiling height. That's the second time in a row that Nwpo's been just caught a little bit surprised by Rw9's advanced positioning. He heard the pre-flip interception attempt. Rw9 has just got perfect awareness of exactly where his goal is. No panic there as he just watches the ball come off the crossbar. He's got Nwpo boost starved here, so no panic. Trying to play it to the back corner now. Nwpo's one step ahead with the boost steal, but again Rw9 is able to outplay him, and only a perfect recovery from Nwpo is able to deny a 5th goal. Low scoring game number 1. Rw9's challenges have been the difference. Not even going to bother to try and read that bounce. It was too close to the curve for him to be absolutely sure of what kind of bounce it was going to be. Instead, he'll play for the safer outcome and 50 the ball through Nwpo, who really didn't want to flip too much into this one with not a lot of boost at his disposal. He was really hoping that Rw9 would just turn away from a 50-50 there. Rw9 called his bluff and scores a 5th goal. Definitely has been the clear stronger player in game number 1, catching Nwpo off guard many times. Now he even sees the early challenge coming. Not like Nwpo had many options though, if any other options. Trailing by 3 in a low scoring game with not much more than 30 seconds left, you kind of have to go and just hope that the other player doesn't see you coming. Never understood these pointless flip resets that give pros 0 scoring opportunity. I don't remember what... I didn't notice any pointless flip resets myself. I could have been looking at chat and missed one, but usually in 1v1 especially, players will just go for a flip reset simply to force the opponent to retreat. Because if you do have a flip reset, then the other player has to respect that you could flip into the ball, and that usually forces someone to reposition or to challenge immediately, and that kind of limits the options that they've got. So, you know, just landing a reset on the ball, it might look like there's no reason to do it because they have no intention of using the flip that they're getting, but really the reason they're going for it is simply to put their opponent on a limited amount of defensive options. That's really what Rocket League 1v1 is about. It's about trying to force your opponent to go into positions they don't want to be in. It's about to force your opponent to play your game. And yeah, if you see a reset with no follow through, a reset on the ball with no flip into the ball to follow it, it was most likely a mind game. There's also the possibility, even with mechanics being as good as they are these days, there's always the possibility that whatever player lands the reset just decided, you know what, that's really not lining up as well as I'd hoped it would, so I'm just going to not use the flip because a flip's not going to be all that effective. It's always my number 1 advice when when experienced Rocket League casters ask me for any advice on how to cast 1v1 compared to other game modes, namely 3v3, because most Rocket League casters have spent thousands of hours casting 3v3 and not a lot of time casting 1v1. My top tip is don't call something a misplay if you're not sure what the player is trying to do, because often these little weird moves in 1v1 are actually just little feints and little fakes, either on the ball fakes or positional fakes, fake jumps, fake resets. They all have a reason. Even fake boost grabs. Sometimes a player will completely change their plan because something's not lining up the way they wanted it to. So that's my number 1 advice. If something looks weird, it's probably because the player's just doing something to manipulate their opponent in a way that you haven't noticed as of yet. Yeah, they did request to use server here. Rw9 is just rolling through Nwpo at the moment, and it's not because Nwpo's come out slow and lacked mechanics. It's because Rw9's challenge game and his Rw9's defense has shut down Nwpo completely. Even if it's goal line saves, if it's challenges in the midfield, it's all working for Rw9. Nwpo has got to figure out a way to get the ball past him. Well, that'll do the trick. I don't think Rw9's going to catch up to that. Both players counter punching brilliantly at the moment. And if they can keep this up, I think the match is probably going to stay in Rw9's favor, because that's more his style than the style of Nwpo. Rare moment there where Rw9 actually jumped for a shot that he didn't have to jump for. I'm sure he knew it was hitting the crossbar, but most likely he tried to get a touch on it as it did to pinch it further away. Give himself a bit more time to react to the following play. Rw9 here, just wave dashing on the spot. He didn't want to flip and commit to any direction. It's phenomenal positioning by Rw9. If you're thinking, okay, why did he wave dash there instead of flipping? It's because by wave dashing, he didn't commit to the move until the very last moment. If you flip, your opponent knows where you're going to be at the end of that flip. But if you jump and then wave dash on the landing, your opponent's not sure if you're just going to use it as a fake jump or if it's going to really be a wave dash until it happens. So it's a much more, or maybe I'll say a much less committed move. Move with a lot more options involved. Rw9 is just continuing to barrel roll through Nwpo at every turn. He's got a great read on Nwpo's boost totals, spacing him perfectly. Any heavier of a hit there would have allowed a challenge to come through, and any lighter wouldn't have given him a run up for the shot. But Rw9 is playing perfectly at the moment. Fakes the back corner boost grab, turns for the mid, and once again he's one step ahead. Nwpo even being threatened in that position by the demo on the drive-by. Oh my goodness, £100 donation for the prize pool. Well, I'll be sure to tell the players after the next goal goes in, which looks like it's coming. There we go. I'll just let them know. And hopefully not have caused too much of a distraction. Thank you also to Cyberfire for the 25-month prime. We got a 20-month prime from Comrade Torts. D-Mine11 with a 2-month prime. Just Say CJ with the 10-month prime. Good to see you, Lan. Miggy RL, thanks to the 7-month prime. 4-month prime from Hugzer. Davey Rocket with a brand new prime. And it was Daft. Is that 113 in Roman numerals? XC, no, that's not. Wait, X is 10. And then C3 is 100. Is it 9? What on earth is that? No, M is, I'm so confused. C is 100. So the X is before it, which means 90, and then you've got 3 at the end. 93? Is it? I know M is 100, C is... no, M is 1,000, C is 100. Okay, I think, yeah, it is 93, right? Ah, he's even confirmed himself, 93. Gotcha. It's been a while since I've really tried to remember the Roman numerals, how they all work. Isn't L 50? I think L is 50 in Roman numerals. That's all the ones I can tell you off the top of my head. V is, oh yeah, you got V as well for 5. Yeah, you got V as well. I think that's all of them. So, lead is being destroyed as we speak, but Nwpo decides not to shoot what would probably have been an easy save for Rw9. Instead plays for the boost steal, which he gets. And now, thinks about stealing the back corner. Decided against it. Rw9 actually forced that save to go pretty far away from the net. Instead, Nwpo takes mid, comes back around. Rw9, as always, brilliantly blocks the high and low shot at the same time. He's constantly got coverage at both angles. Nwpo learned there's money on the line. Yeah, he's really stepped up after I said that. Or maybe it was Rw9 panicking, because he said thanks after I said there was a prize pool. So, you know, maybe he's signifying that he's going to take it all, but... Far from over. Nwpo's past him again. We've got a tie game here. Nwpo resets the open net for fun. And with a minute to go, Nwpo has woken up and completely closed the scoreline. Wait, CJ, you're saying you're going to be in Dallas, no Saudi? Am I reading that correctly? Did I miss some other context here? Nwpo 50s another one in. He's starting to succeed in positions for game one. He just could not find a way through. I thought you were going to go to Saudi, CJ. I thought I saw Renegades in the invite list. Am I mistaken? That's not the best shot by now. Rw9 is no doubt going to try and recycle this one as quickly as he can. Oh my goodness, what a boost steal. Nwpo will get slapped away for taking the boost in that situation. He's even been tripped in the aftermath. Well, Rw9 has turned something, or pulled something out of nothing here. because after that boost steal, it looked like Nwpo is going to be the player picking up the scraps. Rw9 trips him up on the drive-by and ties the game again. Someone asked what you're doing in 2 weeks. You said Dallas, no Saudi. Ah, okay, I got it. Okay, so you are going to be Saudi in 2 weeks. Oh my. That's a 50-50 and a half. Nwpo ties from a very weird position. Well played though. He aimed that. He really did go for a shot in that position. It wasn't a lucky 50-50. You can see that he was trying to manipulate that one into the back of the net. But Rw9 is going to tie again here. Nwpo will not catch it. And with not a lot of time on the clock, you wonder, did Nwpo have to go for a big kickoff win here? Maybe not. Now he's got a straight spawn, so we're not likely to see a kickoff goal this time. Nwpo's going to give it a go though. How much boost has Rw9 got? Oh, he's messed it up! And in it goes! Well, yeah, I stand corrected. We do see a kickoff goal. But I also want to back myself up as well because we shouldn't have seen one. You're wondering why we don't usually see kickoff goals in that spawn. It's because players are able to pick up more boosts on their way to the ball, so it's easier to recover and save any kickoff shots, as we saw there. Now, can Rw9 remedy the situation? Nwpo's coming in hot. All he has to do is hit the ground. Oh my goodness, Rw9 nearly kept it up. But into the ground she goes, and we've got a tie series 1-1. Curse. Yeah, I guess I cursed him, but I mean, the evidence was there. Like I say, the reason you don't often see kickoff goals from that position is because it's a lot easier for players to get goal side with the straight approach than it is with more angled approaches. There's less margin for error on the straight approach, so you're usually going to get more consistency with your contact on the ball, and having that one extra boost pad to pick up on the way leaves you with 24 boosts as opposed to 12, which is a much better situation. It might not sound like a lot, but you know, in these low boost situations, 24 is a lot more than 12. It gives you significantly more acceleration. Yeah, now we're on the diagonal spawn. I mean, the bigger of an angle you've got on the kickoff, the higher the likelihood of a one-sided kickoff. Whether it's a goal or a big kickoff possession play, having a diagonal spawn is perfect. If you want increased volatility, straight spawn is the best for consistency. A ton of variety been on show here for these guys, and from all the top ones players these days. I'd love to see, you know, a bit more variety on the diagonal spawn though. No mind games as of yet, no half flips as of yet between these two players. Not really any variety with the delays either. Inverted half flip there from Nwpo. Wants to stay facing the player. Rw9 able to counter him straight away though, and he's up 3-0. So Nwpo had the right idea there, but his first touch let him down. Why EU server? The players from Middle East get a more consistent connection to the Middle East server, so although the ping is higher, the fact that it's a stable 100 to 96 ping is a lot more playable than an unstable 30 or so ping connection. That's why they'd rather play on a EU server for show matches. Now for RLCS, it's a different story because the Middle East servers that they use for RLCS are better quality, more stable, so that's why they use Middle East servers for RLCS, but I don't have access to those, so we just go EU, which isn't really an issue for these guys because they practice EU every single day. That's their main source of ranked practice. I don't think they really do any ranked in Middle East, so this is what they're used to, what they requested, and what we've done for I believe every single Middle East matchup in the past. Nwpo rapidly fires the ball bottom left. Rw9 able to block it. It's very much a dance here at the near post, and wow, placement for Nwpo with the reset shot. Rw9 is covering the most likely outcome. Nwpo just managed to lift it over the top of him. I think Rw9 actually expected Nwpo to fake that one out. He didn't dodge high. Yeah, I think they probably use VPN to get better ping on EU, so if they want to play ME servers, they'd have to turn that off. How much has Rw9 committed to that play? The answer is quite a lot, but Nwpo will have to go past him one more time. And second time of asking, he can't do it. Rw9 is insane. I mean, both these guys are just at the absolute pinnacle of Rock League mechanics at the moment. That's some read as well. Like I said at the start of this matchup, Rw9 defense is the stuff of legends. Nwpo offense is the stuff of legends. And so far today, Rw9 defense has come out on top for the most part, but flurry and a comeback at the end of game number 2 kept the scoreline even overall. Rw9 has got a decent advantage in game number 3. Like I said, overall, you know, he won game 1 pretty comfortably. He's winning game 3. Game 2 is very close. So he seems to have the edge today. It's up to Nwpo to start mixing up the gameplay a little bit more. Definitely has to keep a keen eye on where Rw9 is coming from. This is the immovable object against the unstoppable force. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, we've seen lots of matchups like that in the past. This is another one of them. It's always fun to see Rw9 declining the invitation to seal the boost there, preferring to try and catch Nwpo off guard with the soft shots on target. Rw9's 50-50s are just so strong. Even when he's having to block a shot against Nwpo, who's coming at him with a ton more momentum, he's still able to stand so strong in the way of him and deflect the ball into the back corner. I think that's the key as well, is that he's deflecting the ball into the back corner and again forcing Nwpo to stretch himself thin and forcing him to miss the follow-up shot. And this is what Rw9 is all about. Crazy goal line saves and defensive masterclass once again. I mean, when he 50-50s the ball in defense, he always puts it to the side. He doesn't force it out into the middle. He doesn't give his opponent an easy dunking angle. He's even lunging back and almost getting goal side of an impossible flick. But Nwpo keeping it competitive. Rob G68, thanks to the 2-month prime, and also the Fries 114, thanks to the 3-month prime. How do I feel about Falcons' chances in the grand final? So if you mean Worlds, then I think Falcons are certainly a contender. You know, their success, their obvious skill combined with their now international LAN experience as well as grand finals experience. You know, getting grand finals experience is a different thing entirely in Rocket League LANs. A lot of former RLCS LAN winners are previous grand finalists that happened in Season 2. The winners were 2/3 of a team who came second in Season 1. Happened again in Season 3. You know, Devo came back from Season 2, second place to win Season 3. K-Dop came back from Season 3, second place to win Season 4. You know, a ton of times throughout history we've had players who previously come second win. So that's great experience for Falcons. I think, you know, if you're talking about what do I think of their grand finals performance they just had, I think it's absolutely unreal. We know what a result for them. In their first LAN, where they're going out there trying to get another spot at World's Wildcard for the region, for their friends back home, O1 Esports, and they pull it off. I mean, that's the result that they, you know, were really looking for. Of course, every team's going to these events to try and win, but the main objective for Falcons was to get another spot for the region, and they did it. So that's job done in my opinion. Yeah, same for Queso Moist, second place followed by first place. Chicago JNAPs, they won the Winter Major. They've previously had a second place at World Season 7. Many times throughout history, players who have previously finished second are the ones who just play closer to their best when a future final comes around. When will the AJ Khaled video release? I've not recorded that one yet. Well, was AJ talking about that on stream? Because he did send me the replays of him versus Khaled. I'll definitely cast that soon. I'm so confident there's not going to be a goal here. Rw9 defense is proven to be pretty unstoppable as well. Pretty unbreakable. Or Nwpo, I should say. Nwpo defense. That was just excellent boost management at the end of the game there. I had no fear at all that he was going to be able to deny Rw9. Because Rw9 doesn't really like going all in. Neither player in this matchup should find it easy to break down the other's goal line defense. Rw9 skips past, or Nwpo skips past Rw9 once again and wins 2 games in a row. And that's 2 games in a row where he's trailed by a fairly significant margin and come back to win it. Big turnaround by Nwpo. He's the driver of the series now. Yeah, Garrett and Justin, another example of players who needed to come second before they finally came first at an RLCS LAN. I think the only players who won an RLCS LAN without ever coming second before were obviously Season 1 champions, because nobody had played an RLCS LAN before that. Then we had Greasy, he came third season 1, won season 2. You had not Fairy Peak, sorry. You had Remco and Turbo in season 3. Remco had previously finished third 2 times, actually. The entirety of Cloud9, of course. Yes, Scrub. He won one without having to come second before. Fairy Peak had come second season 3 before he eventually won it in season 7. So not many players, basically. Atomic never came second in an RLCS LAN before winning in the Winter Major. And obviously the entirety of BDS. But the absence of RLCS LANs for a long time kind of made that a likelihood rather than a surprise. Yeah, they did come second place in the RLCSX Championships itself. Yeah, it's a shorter list of people. Like the list of players who have won an RLCS LAN without previously coming second is very short compared to the list of players who came second and then came first. I don't know, I've never played a grand final of an RLCS myself, but I've watched and casted plenty LAN grand finals and RLCS finals, so I can just tell you from watching and from talking to many a player in the past 6 years that there's a difference, a big difference. The final is just a totally different beast than every series that comes before it. You're telling me Metso will win Dallas? Well, Metso has, yeah, he has finished second. Maybe a lot. Magnus is going to come back as well. What a save for Was. With all the discipline in the world, not to use all of his boosts on that top shelf save against the flip resetting Nwpo. And again, Rawas just putting up an unbelievable defensive stand. This is just normal for him, though. Trust me, from all the matches I've casted of his, this is what he does. He just pre-jumps again and again. Even if he's on low boost and his opponent has 100 and a flip to work with, he still reads them, blocks them, recovers, and does it again. Now, he has to do that at this point, because Nwpo has finished strong in the past 2 games, but it's another strong start for Rawas. He's blazed out to a lead in all 4 games that we've seen so far today. Pampy, thanks to the 2-month Prime. Welcome back to the channel. He says Gibbs versus NRG, who wins? Well, you know, it might seem like a meme question, but you know, Gibbs did qualify for the Spring Major. I saw him there. He was definitely there. I didn't see NRG there, so you know, don't write off Gibbs. So the rest there thought Nwpo was going to try and control the ball again. That's why he threw himself in. Oh, lovely assist there. A lot of people want these two to be teammates in the future, showing that they've got the synergy figured out already. But yeah, quite a few times Ras just goes in defense. He doesn't want to just sit on the goal line the entire time, and I love that because I think his goal line defense is, you know, top tier. The only player that has ever been comparable historically is Lion Blaze. I think those two, for me, have the best goal line defense, best saves, best reads, best pre-jumps in 1v1 history. But you need to mix it up. You can't just rely on your goal line defense. You can't just rely on pre-jump saves constantly. You've got to go at some point as well. And that's something that Rawas has done a lot today. He's just thrown in a challenge to keep Nwpo guessing. You know, got to also give credit to Nwpo. Rawas, early challenges early in the series were catching him off guard many times, but now he's starting to see them coming, and you know, this isn't the best result for him, but it's not the worst result either, where he keeps control of the play, keeps his car alive, and goes again. Now 1 reset secured. Now Rawas is baiting the shot there, left the net briefly open, and he manages to get back to the ball a little bit quicker than Nwpo expected. Will Nwpo be able to get back? No, he won't, as Rawas centers to himself and puts himself up by 3 goals. TTY7 Sam, thanks to the Prime, welcome to the channel. Yeah, like I said earlier, guys, I'll try and get another show match going after this one, but nothing confirmed as of yet. Love the patience there from Roas. Never all in, never in danger, jumps over the demo and slots the ball directly over Nwpo's head. Even if Nwpo saves that, it's probably going to be Roas's ball. It's probably going to be more offense. You know, a lot of things have changed over the years with 1v1, but one thing has remained consistent ever since the early days, pre-season 1. That is shooting the ball over the goalkeeper's head makes it a lot more difficult for them to control the ball or clear it than shooting the ball across the goal and giving them that natural path to do everything at once. Save, clear, collect the possession, oftentimes even land on the boost on your way out. So something to consider if you're trying to get better at consistently pressuring your opponent. It's about where you shoot the ball as well as how often you shoot the ball. You swear the Middle East region players can just flip faster? You know, I've thought that a few times myself when I've watched them play. That's a gorgeous shot from Roas to really start to dominate this game. Just a single jump to place it top corner. What a peach. Has anyone had the idea of a Rocket League World Cup event? Yeah, I was actually part of organising the only Rocket League World Cup that's ever really happened. We did have IWO during COVID, but it ended up being more of a, you know, regional event than a Worlds event. Yeah, if you want to see the Rocket League World Cup, there's probably videos scattered around the internet. I don't know if there's a collection of all of them anywhere, because I wasn't an owner of the content myself, but I did help arrange it. It was run by League of Rockets, sponsored by company called Bad Panda, who became GIF Your Game. And I'll let chat show off their Rocket League knowledge here. What was the first place and second place team in the Rocket League World Cup? I think it was 2017 when we did it. Let's see if anyone in chat can write the first and second place teams down. Correct. Yeah, we got a few correct answers here. USA over Finland, and then we also had I think the third place match. Did we do a third place match? Can't remember if we did a third place match. If we did, Denmark were definitely in it. I remember Denmark were in it. Who were the other team who were in the top 4? That one has slipped my memory. Was it France? Oh, it was France. Roas is really just taking this one to a whole other level. Nwpo's just waiting to go next, and Roas wants to score more goals. Yeah, the rest of the top 8, if I recall, was Brazil were in there. Brazil actually played with Caio TG1, who's still playing for Furia to this day. So think about that. 2017 Rocket League World Cup. Caio was the captain of the Brazil team, and he's still on the best team in South America to this day. Crazy, absolutely crazy player. Insane career that he's had. Yeah, that was an awesome thing to see. They took down some tough teams in their group stage. They beat, I think they beat the Netherlands and Germany to make it out of their group. If I recall, it was Firefox D, Haberkamper, and Caio. Yeah, they finished off top 8. They lost in a very late equalizer and then winner to Denmark, which was Maestro Snaski and was it Pondex? I thought my memory was better in this topic, but I'm having to really think about this. Who was the rest of the top 8? Man, if I could remember that, I'd be really happy, but don't know if I'll be able to. I remember Scotland were useless. Scotland were supposed to be one of the favourites, and they just went out last place in the group stage. Oh yeah, England made it out of the group. That was Devo Bluey and who else? Is it Devo Bluey and Doomsy? I think it was. I think didn't Scotland lose to Doomsy? Can you imagine? Marky Duda and Scrubkiller and Mystic, 2 former RLCS champions, and all of them are multiple time LAN champions, and they lost to Doomsy, Devo Bluey, if I remember correctly. I think the rest of that group also had Italy in it. Cuxer97, Dark Pier, and who was the other guy? It was MX22, I believe. I bet a lot of these names are completely new to many of you watching, but that's because way before RLCS blew up with free-to-play, there was a very, very active and passionate scene and fan base for Rocket League esports, and I think a Rocket League World Cup event would do phenomenally well, especially now that we've got more regional parity. Australia is improving every single event. OCE, I should say. South America showing consistently impressive results. Middle East just smashed their first international LAN with a starting lineup. Finished 8th place in the fall with a sub. And if you need more evidence, well, you're looking at it. Nwpo and Rw9 now both 15 years old and waiting for the next season of RLCS to commence so they can begin their challenge of Team Falcons, as are many others. First, they've got to take down each other. And Low's scoring start to the game has us waiting to see if Nwpo will pop off and come back. Mind game. Double mind game. Make it almost a triple, but Rw9 will get away from this without conceding. I think Nwpo beamed that. He could have probably slotted the ball underneath Rw9. I'm not sure why he waited for the bounce to go into the bar before jumping up for it. It looked like he could have probably just slid that one underneath after the first mind game looked to be successful. Now Rw9 in a great position. He's got Nwpo completely boost starved. He's got an open top right, shoots middle. Nwpo saves, recovers, forgoes the back corner boost to shoot nice and early. He doesn't get a lot of work done in that last attack, much like the rest of the game. We're approaching halftime. Rw9 has simply gone to the next level defensively. He is denying Nwpo every single possession play. Indeed, we are halfway through the game. Nwpo still scoreless. Rw9 is holding at bay one of the most terrifying and mechanical players in the world. And not just the world of threes, but 1v1 also. He's got a very impressive history of show matches and tournaments himself, although Rw9 is certainly the more decorated 1v1 player. Nwpo flicks from close range. Rw9, of course. Oh, I was going to say, of course, saves it, but he somehow lets it go in. Well, that's uncharacteristic of him, because the flick didn't look anything near good enough, but it was enough to force Rw9 to make a mistake. 2-1. Nwpo with a bit of a freebie there. No doubt when he released the ball from the front end of his car, he expected Rw9 to save it. And he was already heading to steal the boost and collect the possession after it made its way into the corner. And now he's given away an easy goal as well. Both players making careless mistakes in the last game here. Rw9 the beneficiary of this one. Nwpo wanted a 50-50 in the back corner. Instead, he's left the infield open. Rw9 is up by 2 again. Still only a small lead. Nwpo, strong kickoff win to the side. Not able to get much height on the takeoff. That actually invites Rw9 in for the mid-air challenge. And now Rw9 is going to get a goal as he demos Nwpo in the midfield. Nwpo overextends. He didn't get the right first touch for his off-the-wall play. Committed anyway. And it proved to be an overcommitment. Still, Rw9 piling on the pressure with the kickoffs. Wave dashes to accelerate the ball into the middle. Rw9, as always, proving to be impossible to get by. And he did all that while swooping past the boost in the back corner on the way to the net. Perfectly times the respawn to frustrate Nwpo even more. And I don't know if Nwpo even realized that Rw9 had 100 boost. When was he going to notice? Yeah, he should have known, because he did have a view of that back corner boost, and he should have known if that boost isn't there, Rw9 has it. He might have forgotten to pay attention to that, having just left the corner. His challenge proved to be too risky. Now with just one boost to play with, Nwpo is helpless, and a minute to go. Chances have been few and far between. Rw9 has denied even the good ones that Rw9 did get. He stops the ball dead in the midfield, frustrating Nwpo even more, and running the time dry. 45 seconds left. Rw9 might just sit in that here. He might just wait for the next attack to come his way. There is still time for Nwpo. He's had multiple kickoff wins in a row, and now he's dropping the trash talk. Rw9 apologizes and then saves yet again, and he'll score with a clear to put this game beyond all doubt. Nwpo has tried everything, or today, defense is king. Oh, he says he got lagged. Oh, it wasn't trash talk. Okay, he said sorry because he didn't play normally. He was, in fact, genuinely apologizing. I thought it was trash talk because of the timing, but these two have nothing but respect for each other. Today, Rw9 has been the better of the two. And Nwpo definitely has the potential to go up another gear, I think. Every time I see him play, I see both greatness and potential at the same time. But you can say the same about Rw9, and every team needs a player like this. Someone who'll sit at the back, save everything, buy time for their teammates to recover, and then pop off when they're required to attack as well. What a monster. Rw9 takes down Nwpo in 5.